Excuse me. Oh.
Oh, wait. Hey, do you need a hand with that?
No, I got it. I'm all good.
Are you sure?
No,
It's gonna fall.
I got
You dumb bitch. Hello, insert name here. It's me, Lucy-Furr. And with me is insert name here, Nery.
Hello,
Hi.
I am Nery.
Hi, are you?
I think so.
Are you? Turn around. Let me check for a zipper. Very skinwalker. Very check for a zipper. Are you Nery?
Maybe.
That's an odd thing to say, Nery. Who are you?
Who's that Pokemon?
Who is Nery?
Oh God, we don't
Tell
wanna go
the
there.
people. Who is Nery?
Nery is nobody and everybody at the same time.
Nery is everywhere. Nery is all-knowing and all-seeing.
All doing. You alright?
Yeah, just playing with it.
Is it not tight? Do you want me to tighten it up?
No, it's fine. It's tight enough. Never had a complaint. I'll just play with my own things.
Okay, no worries.
Fucking tighten me. What's new? What's the 411? What's the shebang? What's the deets?
the happy haps?
The goss.
Speaking of deets,
Deets.
it just for some reason made me think. I watched Beetlejuice.
You did?
Yeah.
Was that good?
Really liked
You
it.
spoil it for me, I'll break your jaw.
I'm not spoiling it.
Okay,
but it was really good.
Cool,
I don't know
because
why
I've heard
deets
lots
make
of because Delia deets.
yeah, of course.
I've had lots of ums and ahs about it because I keep hearing positive, but I keep hearing a lot of negative stuff. I'm like, but it's Beetlejuice. How can you fuck that up?
I think that's just cinema these days.
Everyone complains about everything, and we talked about that about Minecraft.
Yeah, that's fair.
People,
Although I'm not looking. Don't think I'm gonna watch the Joker 2 movie.
no?
No.
Look, I really liked the first one, and I'm curious about it because it's Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, but also the soundtrack dropped. And I'm like, oh, fuck
okay.
yeah, I'm going to check that out. It's very Broadway, very like, the sun will come out tomorrow.
Oh, is it really?
Like, very
'Cause
like
they play
Broadway.
like actual.
It's a musical.
songs,
It's a musical movie.
but it's not like original music.
No.
No.
It's all like covers. But they cover the There's Always a Joker in the Pack from Kath and Kim.
Oh,
There's
okay.
always a lonely clown, and Lady Gaga covered it. I think that's really fun. But I don't know how the heavy psychology of the movie will play into that. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm curious too. I was telling the producer that I like the sound of, like, mental health obviously needs to be talked about more than it is, and I think we've gone a long way in recent years.
Yeah.
But because apparently what the filmmaker is saying, as well as the actors and stuff, is that the reason it's getting shit on so hard is because no one understands it.
Yeah. It's
Because-
too deep for the regular brain.
But my thing is with that is it's all well and good to make a movie about that, but you're advertising it. I see it as false advertising because you see it.
It's,
You
like, it's not a
advertise
Batman movie.
Sorry, it's not about. Well, I mean, you go in it knowing it's not a Batman movie, but it's a Joker movie. But apparently, it's not a Joker movie now.
Oh.
Like, that's the thing. Like, it's something else completely. But you go in it as, like, you advertise it as a Joker movie. He's in Arkham, blah blah blah.
Like, where's my Batman?
Yeah, but like, apparently, like, it's not even. I don't know. They've retconned the fact that he's the Joker now or something. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. This is all hearsay.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe we should go and watch it.
maybe we should.
Maybe
but
we should just go and watch it.
I just find that if that's the case, I would see it as false advertising personally. So in a way, I kind of understand where people are coming from, but on another side, I understand that mental health needs to be talked about more, and I'm glad there's a movie out there doing that. But don't call it the Joker movie.
Fair.
Because even with the first one, people were saying they called it Joker because they just wanted the tickets and the advertising. But this one apparently shows that more. I don't know. I have to see it, obviously.
I mean, in the first one, they gave you baby Bruce Wayne. What more do you want?
Yeah, well, that too, yeah.
What do you want from them?
But yeah.
It's like a retelling, a fancy retelling. Disguised.
As a mental
No,
health
that's
thing.
the disguise.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Fair.
Yeah.
I respect it.
I
I,
don't know why
think
we're not
I'm
attentive
excited
to it.
for it. I'm just curious to see how it will be made a musical, but
Apparently,
it'll be
well,
fun.
from what I've heard, the musical numbers are not reality.
Oh, okay. So like Delulu's.
Yeah, but I
Love
don't know if
that.
it's his or hers. Or both, or neither.
Why not both?
I don't know.
Da, 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 da. No, I'm excited for it. I think, look, there's a few movies in the cinemas at the moment. I'm like, oh, I want to watch all of these. Beetlejuice, The Joker, and there was an animated one. I can't remember, but there's a few.
My nephew told me I have to see Transformers 1. I don't know why.
Transformers.
I'll wait for it to go on stream.
Has too many, I think.
Well, this one's an animated one. Apparently, it's the story of Optimus Prime and Megatron being friends and how that friendship dissolved.
Oh, so like an origin story of the robots. Fair.
But I don't know. I'll see it when it's on stream.
See, I watched the first one. What had the like killer New Divide soundtrack with Megan Fox in it?
Oh, the one with Shia LaBeouf and and Megan Fox and Michael Bay directed.
Yeah. I watched one of those. I don't know if it was the first or second one. And then a few years later, people are like, yeah, and there's like a dinosaur robot. I'm like, what is going on?
Well,
Transformers?
So Transformers Beast Wars is an old animated series, and Transformers are like in prehistoric times, and they become dinosaurs and shit.
So they can turn into anything, but they turn into cars to blend in.
They turn into cars because cars were really cool in the 80s.
But apparently they turn into dinosaurs.
Well, they turn into dinosaurs, earlier.
Someone is lying, and I don't fucking like it. I just don't understand Transformers.
That's fair. Yeah, but those movies overstayed their welcome. Much like the Fast and Furious movies.
There's like 10 of them now.
That's stupid.
That's a lot.
I watched this YouTube thing ages ago. I think I even mentioned this before, but they did like a skit where like, because it was a YouTube series teaching you how to make films and stuff.
Yeah.
But they do ads because that's how you make money on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
And they did an ad where they were like, it was like in the future, and there was like the writer's room for Fast and the Furious 10, and they were just throwing out all these crazy ideas. And now all of a sudden we're at Fast and the Furious 10. I was like, oh, Jesus. One, it makes me feel old as hell. And two, I can't believe we actually got there.
It's like, didn't Back to the Future do that and be like, oh, in 2011 or 2010, they're going to have flying cars. And then it like surpassed that. And we're like, well, we're sitting here now.
Well, 2015 was in Fast and Furious 2. Back to the Future 2. It was 2015. That they had
with the
flying cars and the hoverboards and self-tying shoelaces and self-drying jackets.
Get your shit together.
I know. I was like, come on. But I love those movies.
Fair. Would you hoverboard?
Maybe. Not at my age. I would have had to have been younger.
I'm glad, because that was a trap question.
Yeah.
Because I would be like, cool, what's stopping you from getting a skateboard?
Well, in 2015, I was... What am I? I was 20 something.
Did you skateboard?
No, God, no.
We know that you're a pop and lockin' kid. Potential possible beatboxer.
A kid.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I never got into skate. I did rollerblading. That was my thing.
Skating's cool.
Yeah.
Remember the roller skating ring that used to be at Bomaderry? That was cool.
No. The other one I remember was that pop-up ice rink they had like for two or three summers.
Fair.
In the early 2010s.
Where the bowling alley is used to be a roller skating rink, and then it was a church, and now it's Audi.
Oh, okay. That
yeah.
I would love to open a roller rink and make like a disco night. And
Could
stuff.
you imagine? Absolutely not. The fucking admin, the injuries, the lawsuits.
That's the issue.
That's probably why they don't exist anymore.
Probably. There's one in Albion Park, but it's like an old shed.
Oh,
like it's.
Is that?
And to get into like the part where you do the skating is like a freaking incline, and you kill yourself going down the fucking thing.
No, okay, because there's like the go-karts at Albion Park.
Yeah,
and just behind that is probably one of my favorite places on the planet. It's a rage room.
I've always wanted to do a rage room.
I've done it once with a friend, and it was the hottest, most aggravating thing I've ever done, but also you're in the right place because you're in a full body like thick jumpsuit thing for your protection.
Yeah, of course.
So you're hot, you're sweating your ass off, and the more you sweat, and you've got a big helmet on and the visor.
Really? I guess they have to be safe. Yeah.
I mean, you're smashing shit with bats and stuff and chucking stuff. Cool. So I'll tell you what. You don't even understand how cathartic smashing a casserole dish is until you smash a casserole dish.
Okay.
Yeah. We should all go. We should all go sometime because fucking, I tell you what, it was really
Do
good.
you think the people that work there kind of, and they walk in after it's done, it's like, these people weren't that angry? Or like they walk in like, this
Imagine
person
you
was
see.
fucked.
Well, they can watch you because
Oh,
there's
okay.
like windows. People can just walk past and watch you
Lose
flip
your
out.
shit.
Just imagine, like, I went with a friend and she's like, yeah, it's gonna be so good. As soon as we got in and she picked up the bat and watching her lose it, just hitting this giant thing, I'm like, holy fucking shit. Whoever catches that is in for it.
Yeah.
But it was really fun.
How many people would have to walk out of there in tears? Like, just from the release.
You'd laugh, you cry. Yeah. We went and sat in the car for like 15 minutes after that because I was just like,
Yeah, you gotta
that was good.
calm down.
But yeah, they have like, so I'm pretty sure it's $50 for a milk crate worth of stuff. And you
Okay.
take that in, and then it's $20 extra if you want them to bring in another milk crate. If you smash your whole milk crate and you're not done, you can just tap on the window and they'll charge you after.
I'd like more, please.
Yep. There's a big metal thing, either a fridge, a freezer, a washing machine or something already in the room that you can hit with the bat as much as you like,
Okay.
just as a
Like, just get it.
get it out. You can purchase our old television to smash,
Oh, that'd be
or the one I want to do, you can purchase glass bottles full of colored chalk.
Oh,
So
cool.
you yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Rage rooms.
Rage, yeah, we should definitely do it.
Yeah,
100%.
we'll do a dumb bitch version, Rage Room edition.
Okay.
And then we can...
So how much is it initially? Just the 50 for the
$50.
crate? That's pretty good.
I'm pretty sure it was just like $50 or $60.
Do you like?
It was affordable.
Yeah, that's good. Do you like escape rooms?
Look, it really depends on who I'm doing an escape room with.
Okay.
And what the guts of the escape room is.
Like the theme.
Because if I'm in a room full of fucking dumb bitches, like dumb
Yeah,
bitches, I don't want to be the one. Look, with escape rooms, you don't want to be the dumbest in the room,
No.
but you don't want to be the smartest in a room full of dumb people.
Because everyone leans on you.
Yes. Or everyone's like, oh no, it's this. And you're like,
You're
actually, it's
you
this.
dumb motherfucker. Yeah.
So it depends on the vibes.
I like a good theme. Like, an escape room has to have a theme. It can't be just like, you're locked in a room.
And I
You've gotta
mean-
find a way out.
It sounds really weird, and I don't know how to say it without it being weirder than that. But there's no urgency. There's no threat. Like if it was a Saw situation and it's
Oh,
like your life
Jesus.
depends on this, or like even if it was like once the timer goes off, this building will ignite itself on fire and you die.
Yeah.
Like I'm just put in a room and it's for haha fun.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, but like I could just stay home.
Yeah, I don't, like, in a way I understand if it was just like, you have to escape. But I like ones that, like, there's one in, I think it's Wollongong. Mm-hmm. And every room leads to, like, a quest.
Yeah.
Like, they all have a theme. There's, like, a Egypt theme. There's, like, a
Oh,
medieval
the
theme.
science room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you pass it, you get, like, a clue to this bigger picture.
Oh.
And so it keeps you coming back. I've never
Yeah.
finished it, but I want to.
Okay. Yeah, see that makes it fun.
Yeah.
The to get through an escape room to just get out of a room
Yeah.
doesn't appeal to
I
me.
did that in Melbourne. We got out, like, we had like 5 seconds left and we made it out. But then I was like, oh, cool. So, like, is there like a thing? Like, no, that's the whole thing. I was like, boring.
Fair. No, I've heard stories about people who have gone into escape rooms drunk or under the influence of
I didn't know
other
you were allowed
drugs. And well, you're not,
Okay.
but they did.
They hit it, yeah.
And they're like, it was really hard.
Okay.
But I'm like, understandable. But yeah.
I enjoy a good escape room. But I feel like I need something like that here. There's nothing here for anybody. Like a rage room or a rage room in Nery would be.
Well, we had axe throwing and it was underappreciated and closed down.
Did it close down?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I really wanted to go to that.
Same.
Is it really closed down?
Yeah.
That sucks. Because it's in the industrial area. That's where everything is, but no one goes there because where you go? Like, I don't know anybody that
Yeah.
works that way or goes that way.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
RTA used to be there, and that was the only reason anyone
It's
ever went
true.
down there.
Now Spotlight, I guess.
Well, Spotlight's in
I guess that's like on the border of the industrial area, just a bit further. That's true. That's true. Right. Well, I believe that you have a story for us today.
I do.
Oh, that's exciting. I love it when you bring stories to the table.
It's going to be a bit, I haven't written anything down at all. So something happened at work the other day.
Okay.
This guy said a word I hadn't heard in a long time, and I hate the word.
Oh, God, okay.
He said, and I won't repeat it, but you kind of understand. So he's telling me about all this bad luck in life and shit, because I work in retail and everyone loves to tell you their life story. And he was like, oh, such bad luck. And he mentions a few things. He goes, oh, if it was raining virgins, I'd be swimming with, and he goes, fucking, it's like, the word that, he said, I hate that word. And I hadn't heard that word in a long time. No one I know says that word.
Wait, so what's the phrase?
So he goes, if it was raining virgins, I'd be swimming with all the or something like that.
I don't understand.
So he's just saying how much bad luck he has.
Oh, what the fuck, my guy?
Yeah.
Eat shit and die, lick rust.
So he kept referencing all these things. And I was like, okay, blah, blah. And then he said that. And I was like, I just looked at him in silence.
To a stranger? Do you work with him, or
No,
it was just
customer.
a person? What the fuck?
And I was like, I almost told him to leave. But my manager stepped in because he noticed I was shook.
That's not appropriate.
And I was thinking to myself fuck, I haven't heard that word in a long time. Thankfully, I think it's I know I'm not a part of the community.
Yeah,
but I have friends.
The LGBTQ.
And I admire and love people in that community.
Yeah,
and so I feel like in a way that I don't know if it was a protective thing or whatever, but. That word is it's just hit me like
cute.
a ton of bricks.
Yeah, wow.
I don't even you don't hear the F word anymore.
Yeah,
thank goodness. But I feel like that word cuts pretty deep as well.
Look, I'm very of the mindset of reclaim.
Yeah.
It can only hurt you if you let it.
Yeah.
But a lot of the community doesn't like a lot of slurs like that. But also, that's a slur.
Yeah.
People shouldn't have to like the slurs or say the slurs. But this random lad just goes into a place and says it at somebody. Fuck off.
So I was thinking, when he said that, back when I first heard it, and there's male members in my family that are quite narrow-minded.
Yeah.
And when I was growing up, I used to I love Michael Jackson, Prince, George Michael, all these artists.
Yes.
Freddie Mercury. I don't remember who was on TV. I think I was probably watching Queen or something.
Yeah.
And my brother walks in. He goes, I say this for accuracy only. He goes, oh, what are you watching this for? Blah, blah. And he was saying all this shit. And he goes, oh, you don't need to listen to him. You don't need to listen to fucking blah, blah, all these people.
Wow.
He goes, they're all fucking what do they know, blah, blah. And I was like, and I was young. I was very young.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe they are bad people.
Yep.
If my brother says they're bad people, I admired my brother at the time.
And that happens.
And I go, if my brother thinks these people are bad people, maybe they are bad people. Anyway, I was watching TV with my sister.
Yeah.
Again, very young, probably 4 or 5. And we were watching Wham. It was a documentary on Wham and stuff. And she's like, oh, you got to listen to more Wham. And she started showing me her Wham records, her George Michael records. I was like, this guy fucking sounds... George Michael's one of my favorite singers of all time. And she was like, yeah, this George Michael, blah, blah. I think he had just recently come out at that time, or he got caught.
Yeah.
And we were listening to Freedom, the 1990 version. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how can these people be so bad when, and she
they
was telling
make
me,
such good stuff.
Yeah, but she was also telling me, what Freddie Mercury did for AIDS.
Yeah.
And what... the charity and stuff George Michael does and all this other stuff. And even Michael Jackson and Prince, who aren't, as far as we know, queer, but they are...
allies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And I was like, how can these people be so bad? And I said to my brother once, I was like, what do you think these people are so bad, blah, blah. And this was later on in life. I was a teenager. And I was like, how can you, when I was younger, you said all this stuff. And and we just got into an argument about it. And he's still very, like, he's at 50 now and he's very narrow-minded in a few things. But, like, it's just, I guess what I'm trying to say is it's crazy how, like, someone's view goes somewhere because of who they're around.
That's
like, if my
crazy.
sister wasn't there, I would be a very different person.
That's wild. And here you are doing a podcast with a drag queen.
But, like, some of my, like, favorite people in the world are part of the community.
Yeah.
And, like, I probably wouldn't be anywhere near it if it wasn't for my sister. If it wasn't for, like, music as well, like, the stuff around me. If it wasn't for, like, Wham and George Michael and Queen and Freddie Mercury and stuff.
And all those artists, their music is fucking pinnacles to history.
Yeah. And, I really appreciate that kind of stuff. Like, people helping you figure out that just because some people think and say stupid shit.
It's crazy. Like, with me growing up, my parents were very much that. They would call everything or and it's just like everything was really negative. And I remember having a moment watching a thing, and it was Elton John was being interviewed, and my mum goes, "Oh, I think people like that are just disgusting. They're just all." And I remember being like, "Whoa, like this guy's kind of iconic, but like maybe he is a monster of a person. Like maybe it's all just like sequins and rainbows, but skin deep is horrible people." Yeah. But as people live and learn, if you interact with people of the community or experience art or listen to their music, etc., you learn that they're just people.
Exactly.
It's not that deep.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about a gay agenda. I can barely remember to take my washing out of the dryer. There's no fucking agenda.
Yeah.
There's no secret society of the gays. People just need to calm the fuck down.
Fuck you. I mean, even recently, the biggest monster talked about right now is P. Diddy. Like, he had a fucking whole secret thing going on. Yep. But that dude, as far as we know, was straight.
Yeah. So, like, there's monsters everywhere in every facet of everyone.
Of course.
And that's just how life is. And that's rough, but also that's reality.
Yeah. But when he said that
and
word...
you can't hit the right hand if you're busy looking at the left.
Yeah.
You know?
That's fair.
And everyone has to have something to hate.
Of course.
And that's just how we're bred
works
now.
for some reason.
I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
But that's how everyone's bred.
Like, yeah. When he said that word at work, I was like, I just fucking...
That's shocking.
I was shocked.
I'd probably throat punch someone. And could you imagine? Let's swap jobs for a week. Imagine me in retail and some guy comes in and says that. It's a stupid analogy anyway. I would have told him to leave on the spot.
Yeah.
Politely. And if he wanted to contest it, I would break his fucking arm.
I did want to tell him to leave, but I was so like, what the fuck did I just hear?
Especially if it comes from nowhere.
Yeah. Like...
It's 24. My guy.
You can't. I mean,
he
was an older fella.
Eat shit, lick rust. Not my problem. Wow. What a dumb bitch.
Yeah. But I wanted to tell a story because of music.
It obviously
and stuff.
Affected you.
Yeah, but also because of music and stuff really kind of showed me a better version of what I could be, even at a young age. And I think there's always room for improvement in that way.
No, man. All right. Cool. Well, I think that's really important to talk about.
That's another reason why I want to say, because I thought it would be important as well. Especially, like, not that we have younger people listening to our podcast, but
it's just good to know. It's good to talk about things. It's good to talk about our experiences. I mean, that's why we have a fucking podcast.
Ain't that the truth?
Awesome. Well, let's move on to me taking your fun facts segment. So this time I'm gonna take your fact slot. Except I'm not going to give you facts.
Okay.
I'm going to bend your mind a little bit with some wine thoughts.
So you're gonna bend my fact slot?
Yeah, I'm gonna bend your fact slot. Okay. I think I'm gonna Uno reverse it and try and grind your nuggets. Get your brain thinking, make you feel uncomfortable.
I'm always
I feel like
uncomfortable.
there's going to be fan fiction of you guys and fucking fan art
Probably.
bending your slots.
Bend my fact slot. It sounds so naughty, but it's allowed, right?
I think
Okay. We'll start small. So just a little one.
Mm-hmm.
The mouth. The mouth is the stomach's waiting room.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. Just a little. What if all the big Greek statues are actually real people that were victims of Medusa?
Oh, that would be cool. I think about
That's
that
why they're so
sometimes.
realistic.
That's why one has the thinker's just always
Thinking.
Thinker. Hand on chin or hand on forehead? Or fist, I should say.
Isn't his hand on his forehead?
So there's people say there's one on the forehead and one on the chin, but there's only one statue.
This is all Animal Crossing's fault. I tell ya, fake art.
Fucking red.
Anyway, sorry, continue.
Okay, do you know what pigeons were originally domesticated for?
Sending messages?
Yeah, so they were for sending messages during the war.
Yep.
Then
Okay.
after the war finished, there was no purpose for pigeons in that way. So they just let them loose into the
okay.
wild. That's why pigeons just
Everywhere.
exist and are messes, because they're like, well, what are we meant to do? We've been bred to do this thing, and they're like, now we're all unemployed and like living off breadcrumbs in a park with
Yeah,
rabies.
that's true. Yeah.
Same sis.
Same sis. Same sis.
Which water do you know?
No idea.
Okay.
My last little one, it's not little, but it's big. The human anatomy. Humans are just essentially meat straws. From one hole to one hole, right? We're donuts. Let's condense it. We're donuts, but also more closely to those squishy things. You know, like the things that had the squishy stuff in them that go inside themselves.
Oh, like the tubes that roll.
Yeah, the rolly tubes.
I don't know what you call them, but
Listen, there's something in my head. I'm not saying it on here.
yeah, I don't know what you call them, but they're kind of they're like a tube with gel in it, and like
They're like a G version,
kind of let it.
a G-rated version of a flashlight.
You just kind of let it fall through. Remember that little monster I had, like the little purple monster that I just like let drop through my hands because it. No, okay.
No?
No.
It's yeah.
So
I know what you mean.
We're fleshy meat bags.
Straws.
Okay.
Like your mouth to your butthole.
Yeah. It's just,
You're just a straw.
I feel like it's more of like a silly, those silly straws
If I cut you open and laid you out one end to one end, you're a straw.
Okay.
Right? Does that make sense?
I think so. But I think, like I said, I think you're more like one of those silly straws where you got your intestines and shit.
Yeah.
So you're one of the ones with all the, like the...
If you
windy
got an
bits.
air compressor and you attach it to one end and you blow really, really hard, would it come out the other end?
No, I think you
Asking
inflate.
for a friend.
According to Space Jam, the original, you inflate.
Oh, Space Jam is a good scientific thing to
to get your
pull
answers
information from. That makes sense. And now I just want to ask, for discussion purposes, when you open a fresh roll of toilet paper and you always peel that little lip bit, and it always like tears half of the next sheet or half of a layer. Is there a trick to that? Am I doing something wrong?
No, some of them are just shit.
Or is toilet paper just dodgy like that? Cool.
Toilet paper's just dodgy
Toilet
like that.
paper manufacturers. Get on that.
Like there are some that open fine, but there are most of them just the adhesive's too stupid.
Fair. Sleeping is considered lazy, but going early to bed is not.
Yeah, that's true. Do you mean like having a nap is considered lazy?
Yeah.
but going to bed early is considered the right thing to do.
Yeah.
That's kind of stupid.
That's fucking stupid, right? Stop nap shaming. We do love a good little trap nap.
I try not to nap for the simple reason that I feel like I have too much I need to do. But when I do nap, so good.
Yeah. Very good. Very chef's kiss.
But I do tend to fight it more than I probably should, especially at my advanced age.
Fair. You're such an old man. Do you know the difference between 1 million and 1 billion? Like, let's put it into perspective. So let's go. 1 million seconds is the equivalent to roughly 11 days.
Sure.
1 billion seconds, do you want to take a stab?
22 days.
33 years.
Holy shit. Oh my God, really?
That's the difference between million and billion.
That's crazy.
1 million seconds is 11 days. 1 billion seconds is 33 years.
Isn't it sad that we've all lived 1 billion seconds? Well,
not me.
You haven't. To be fair, neither has the producer.
No, not yet.
Yeah, so fucking... So
It's just me.
you have lived over 1
God
billion
damn it.
seconds. You fucking old fart. You're over 1 billion seconds old.
I mean, oh man.
When you say it like that, I apologize for how rude that sounds.
Attack.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Next time I celebrate someone's 33rd, I'm not going to say happy 33rd. I'm going to say happy billionth second.
That's savage. That's really mean.
That's good to know, though.
It is good to know, but it's and then, hey, $1 million, $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Like, that's the difference. 22 years worth of difference, that is. No, 33 years of 32 years of difference.
Now that, like, Austin Powers joke where he's like, $1 million, and they all fucking laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it now.
We get it now.
1 billion.
Oh.
Sit down with your millions. Imagine. Could you fucking imagine?
But I don't understand billionaires. You don't need that much money. Like, you could do so much in the world. And I don't mean fucking take people up to space. I mean actually do things to help the community and the world itself with $1 billion.
It's true.
Fucking selfish.
Yeah, even if like one of the world's billionaires gave everyone on Earth like $10,000,
Oh my
they
God.
would still
They would still have so much money.
have so much money. That's crazy.
That's nuts.
If you had $10,000 given to you, what would you do? No, let's go up.
Okay. My answer is probably soon. Yeah, go on.
50 million.
50. Ooh.
What do you do? I'd have a lot less enemies, that's for sure. Take that how you want it.
My answer's boring, but I'd be comfortable.
Yeah, buy a house,
Well,
settle down, have 1 million wieners.
Yeah. I'd buy a nice camper van and I'd go traveling for however long. I'd visit family I haven't seen ever. I don't know. I'd do stuff.
Not a yacht, not a boat.
Fuck no.
I'm so sorry.
Earlier this year, yeah, probably, but not now. But
Yeah.
yeah. My answer's boring. I'd be comfortable. I'd live a comfortable life.
Nice.
I don't need to be rich. Like, that's never interested me, even as a kid. You know, when you're a kid,
same.
all your friends are like, "Oh, I'd have $1 million."
Yeah.
I wouldn't need that. I mean, you did say 50 mil. I'd give
some to charity.
I'd give some to charity. I'd make sure the people I like are comfortable. The people I care about.
Yeah.
Which the older I get, the less that
The circle.
the circle closes.
That's what I mean about I'd have a lot less enemies. Yeah, I'd pay to bump a few people off. But like also, if I had money, people would fucking suck up so hard.
That's the thing.
And be like, I don't know who I would trust who wasn't there from the start.
Like, it's like when I told you that story a few episodes ago about seeing that guy I hadn't seen for a long time.
Yeah.
It was just awkward as fuck. Those people would come out the woodwork. People you hadn't spoken to for 15,
my
20
God,
years.
yeah. How are you? Oh, I think about you all the time.
Yeah. Oh, we should hang out. We should, like, where were you when I was, just
If
living
you don't love me when I have nothing, you're not loving me when I've got 50 mil in the bank.
Exactly. But yeah, unfortunately, I have a boring answer.
That's fair.
I'd probably, like,
I'd build a castle. No, a pyramid with a house on top of it.
I'd want to do something ridiculous, something I would never do, but I don't know what it would be.
Buy an island. I would purchase all of the Schitt's Creek actors and make them make new episodes every morning when I awaken. Live in my living room. I'd be like, make it funny. Because I'm paying for this.
I'm paying for it. You get paid on how funny it is. If it's shit, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably buy like I'd put shares in like a studio or something, like Paramount or something. I don't know. Something because I like the movie industry.
The
and stuff.
Bitcoin of it all, Nery. Don't do that. You're better than this. You're better than this.
I don't think shares is the right thing. I don't know. Like,
Cher doesn't need any more money. She's
true.
plastic enough.
She's got enough money for everybody.
Yeah. Well, that's a fun one. And my last one, I promise this is the last one, and then we'll move on. Last meals for death row inmates.
Ooh, interesting.
I was thinking about this the other day, and
I think about this a little bit too.
like, is that appropriate? Yes, they're on death row.
To get a last meal?
To get a last meal. But, like, to make it public information. Like, I can just Google what was this person's last meal. I think that's strange. I think that's a bit intrusive.
I find it interesting.
It is interesting. Like, I've always been like, oh, wow, did you know this person's last meal was a bucket of KFC chicken?
That's my favourite one. It's just... I would too.
I think we've talked about it before, what our last meals would be, but let's refresh.
So
death row, you're dying in 3 hours. What's your last meal?
So, 3 hours. That changes things.
Or you're dying in an hour.
I would say a bucket of KFC, but in 3 hours, I'm rushing to the toilet. And the last thing I want to do before I die is shit myself.
Well, you'll shit yourself afterwards.
Oh,
anyway.
well, that's fine. I don't care about that. I don't have to clean that up.
Okay, so you eat and then you die. So your last meal would be a bucket of KFC chicken?
It would be a bucket of KFC chicken, but it would also be mash, corn, gravy, and like the smoothest, like fattest ribeye steak.
Ooh.
It'd be all of it.
See, for me, simple.
Seafood.
I robbed them of the execution. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna retract my answer. I want a big bucket of prawns, please. I see, but I didn't even think of it. That's clever. I'm gonna do that. Surely allergies would be off the list. Because they would have it documented.
They would have it
for
documented.
prison.
Yeah, that's true. But it's also your last meal. If you like,
yeah,
I don't know if you've ever had seafood. Like, you must have found out you were allergic somehow.
Yeah.
So I imagine you've had seafood.
Yeah.
But let's say you love it. Like, you've loved seafood your whole life, and you've never been able to have it. On your last meal, you got to be like, come on, I'm dead in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
What's it to you if I want like seafood cocktails out the
If I want to go out from anaphylaxis, I will. Yeah, no, that's fair, I guess.
But what was going to be your answer?
Tacos.
Yeah.
Like, specifically just like the way I make them. So I'd have to like, obviously I would be allowed to cook my own tacos, but I'd be like, this is how it needs to be made.
This is my list, yeah.
And I want tacos until I can't eat any more tacos.
That's fair.
Which is often around 2 or 3. But if the occasion, I would have so many tacos.
Would you have dessert? Because I think you can get dessert as well.
That doesn't count for being full. So, yeah, I would probably get a dessert too because the dessert stomach is a thing. So, like,
I know exactly.
a big fucking bowl of panna cotta, like a bucket worth of panna cotta.
I would have my mum's, it's called arroz con leche, so it's just rice pudding. But the way mum has always made it has been my favourite thing.
Yum.
So I'd have that. Those two things would be my last meal. And then I'd have a nice cocktail because I don't drink.
Oh, yeah.
But if it was my last meal, a nice, like, very nice, like, cocktail.
Fair. What about you, producer? What would your last meal be?
I haven't really put any thought into this at all.
Well, you're on death row. You die in an hour. What's your last meal?
My grandma's chocolate cake.
I thought you were about to be like my grandma.
No. So I have the recipe for my grandma's chocolate cake.
Yeah.
So does my sister. And my mum had it. None of us, well, I've never tried. But Carly, Mum,
It's just
were never
something
able to
different.
recreate it.
Grandmas just do it different.
And it broke my heart when I found out that she used to make it for my brother. Like
Aw.
the times that we went there,
Yeah.
she only made it because my brother was coming. Because I went there when my brother wasn't with me.
And she's like, "You're not
And there was
getting
no cake.
No cake for you.
And I was really devastated. And she goes, I make that for sure. And
Producers don't get cake.
I bragged to my friends so much about how great her chocolate cake was. So I'd probably, that. Or
I reckon she left something out of the recipe if no one's been able to create
I don't think
it.
so. My sister reckons it's like the stuff she used, like that specific spoon and that specific pan and like
And that specific crack.
would
They
it be
did
so
put
funny?
crack in everything
And
back in the
cocaine and
day.
stuff, yeah.
Cocaine.
It'd be so funny if we find out like my grandma was just a crack addict.
Like she's just a massive dealer. Like she's one of the
Yeah.
biggest dealers in Sydney.
And it's just residue on the bowl from mixing drugs that is just by chance. And you're like, damn, I can't get enough of this cake. This cake's real good. Oh my God. And you're like tweaking.
Yeah, but I reckon that and then like with milk because
Oh, yeah.
You don't want
milk
like a
goes
main-
well with chocolate cake.
Don't
That's
want
true.
like a meal? Just the whole cake.
Just a whole
Who says that cake can't be a fucking
The
meal?
Bruce Bogtrotter of it
The
all.
whole fucking cake, man.
You're like, I would hoof that shit down.
Yes, I would.
Like a big one from
cake.
Matilda?
Yeah. Like, give me that, but made like my grandma made it.
We were at a,
Produce Bogtrotter over.
Fuck you.
we were at a kid's birthday the other day, and this kid they had chocolate cake, and this kid comes out, fucking cake everywhere. We're like, "Hey, you look like Bruce Bogtrotter from Matilda." She was like, "What?" We're like, "Don't worry about it."
Fucking these kids with these, I don't know what that means.
Well, she's like 3.
Give a fuck. Grow up. Last week at work, this child is like, oh, I hate vintage music. I'm like, oh yeah, like Dolly Parton or
Oh, you
Cher
were
or
thinking like
something.
Elvis and shit.
And I'm like, yeah. And it's like, no, Flow Rider, that song Low, vintage, I fucking hate it. I'm like, I bopped in the clubs to that, you little
kill you.
shithead.
That child on the rocket to the sun right now.
On a rocket to
right
the sun.
now. Fuck
we'll
that child.
put him on a quad bike. I'm
That
pushing
was the
down
slut drop song.
It was the slut.
All the bitches hit the
where-
floor.
That's that song was about me, Lucy with the fur. 'Cause
Yeah.
I got hairy legs.
Yeah.
See,
And like Flo Rida and Raya go way back.
I thought
Apparently, way vintage back.
I thought when you said it was going to be like Nirvana or Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
I think Flo
no,
Rida.
I thought that too. So in real time, this kid is like, yeah, Flo Rida is vintage, and I'm like,
I'm afraid you down some stairs.
I'm gonna go and fill out some paperwork. Get you deported,
Get you
child, to the sun. Deported to the sun. So just before we do continue, the next part of what we're about to talk about is very heavy, very graphic, and if you don't like these things, please skip forward.
So, not to steal your question, but and this one's a bit more morbid, so it may not
Go ahead.
last. But if you had your choice of how to go on death row,
Okay.
how would you go?
Okay. Out of all of the options,
So I guess what would you have? Lethal injection,
electric chair.
electric chair, firing squad.
Do we include like the old torture ways?
Why not?
Joined and quartered. Whatever's messiest. Like, I want someone to get paid for having to clean all of the juice.
All of you, yeah.
Like, I don't know, electric chair. I get static shocks and I have a meltdown about
I fucking
it.
hate it.
But like,
Lethal injection is too easy.
it doesn't look nice. It's very.
Just going to sleep.
No, it's not. It's like putting acid in your blood.
Really? I thought it was just like a
There's
high...
no sleepy night-nights. That's not the pound.
I thought it was just... I thought it was just a high dose of morphine.
It might be now.
Oh no! Back in the day, it was liquid acid.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it would
liquid
fuck
acid.
you up. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
it was thick
Yep.
as shit.
I would assume now it's just
A high dose of
yes.
morphine. And
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense. I'm like, that's not peaceful. That's crazy. Yeah,
Joined and quartered.
probably.
How about you, producer?
Death by chocolate cake. I think she's covered this.
Clogged arteries.
Look, I don't plan on ever being in this situation.
Well,
But
now,
that's a fun hypothetical.
You know I'm terrified of death, so...
They will put you in a room for the rest of your days and be like, you're going to die tomorrow.
Fuck
and then you'll go
that.
sleep.
That's
and then
a
they'll be like,
suffering.
you're going to die tomorrow. That's it.
Hate it. I guess I just want to go as quickly and painlessly as possible.
lethal injection.
So probably lethal injection. Just put...
Gonna go sleepy night.
Sleepy nights.
Boring.
Give me that green injection, bitch.
Okay, what about you?
I either want to be hung in the middle of town
Whoa. Nery.
or firing squad.
Wow, okay, that's brutal. That's savage.
But like flipping the bird the whole time.
Fair.
Because like you, someone has to clean me off any wall.
I guess. Yeah, so that's the end of my takeover of Nery's fact section time. I don't know, it's discusso, it's all of that. All of the above.
Yeah.
So, let's move on to the dumb bitch of the week. Ba-ba-bow. We have a write-in. Ba-boom. All right, here we go. Here's a new dumb bitch for you. I like that they're starting to be like, all right, here's one for you.
So wait, this person never wrote in then. If there's a new dumb bitch. Okay, cool.
Yep. A week and a half ago, I started hearing a high-pitched squeak during the nighttime, starting from about 7 p.m. until I left work around 8:30 a.m.
Okay.
I tried to find the source of the little fucker, would seemingly move no matter how hard I looked, crawling under furniture and overturning my apartment at 2 a.m. I gave up and started closing my bedroom door, dubbing what I believe to be a gecko.
Oh, okay.
My roommate. Dubbing what I believe to be a gecko, my roommate.
What?
Maybe they have a gecko roommate? I'm just reading what's written.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, I went on to VR chat last night and was low-key flirting with an American boy, and he goes, "What's that sound? Need to replace your fire alarm batteries? I usually pull the batteries out and leave them there." And then I told him about the
Safe. Very safe.
very safe, but like also mood. I then told him about the nocturnal only sounds, the moving of where the squeak comes from, etc., and went to sleep. This morning, I woke up and decided to stand in front of the fire alarm until the beep, and he was fucking right. I've been listening to this beep for 10 fucking days.
That's hilarious.
The end. So that I love the classic fire alarm beep because you see like TikTokers and stuff, they're like doing a thing now and they're like, oh, blah blah blah, beep 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 beep, and it's just a normal sound, but every time it stands out to me so often because it reminds me of my childhood of never changing the batteries in the smoke alarm. That's crazy. I love that. That's a dumb bitchy thing.
But yeah, that is. But the smoke alarm battery is so like the sound is so unique to that.
Yeah.
How do you not realize that?
But I mean, if you've never had to like
And it moves.
think it in your adult life before, maybe because they were focusing on under things, they weren't focusing on up.
Yep.
And if you've never lived by yourself
That's true.
before, it's not something that you really know about.
Yeah. I'm still confused about the gecko roommate. But,
Yeah, the gecko roommate.
but that was quite dumb.
Maybe they just have a gecko roommate, or they have a pet gecko and that's their roommate.
Maybe what they were saying was, oh, it's just my gecko roommate. Like saying that the noise was now their roommate. Like it was just a gecko and it's their roommate now. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like a gecko's just moved in. Now it's my roommate.
Now,
Okay.
yeah,
Maybe
that's
that's
just
what
what
they
it
meant.
is. Yeah,
Maybe.
I
Fair.
get you. I don't know. I didn't think that would be the part we're deciphering, but it makes sense.
but yeah, that was a good story.
Interesting. I like it. Okay,
You're living your
so
life.
with smoke alarms, fire alarms, or whatever, I think it's so crazy. I was talking about this in class last week. Is when a smoke alarm goes off in your house, what do you do? What's the first thing you do, Nery?
try to see if there's smoke or anything.
Okay.
Probably try to turn it off.
Yeah, see?
Press the button.
First instinct from, like, my childhood is like, oh, the smoke alarm's going off. You need to get a pillow and, like, wave the smoke away from it because someone's burnt toast or something.
Yeah.
That's not what you're meant to do. If the smoke alarm's going, you need to get out of the fucking house.
That's true. That's true too.
That means there's a fire.
But I think... So I used to live in a small apartment in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And had no fucking ventilation. And anytime we would cook in the oven, it would smoke up like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't burn food. It would just be smoky for some reason. And yeah, that smoke alarm would go off at the lightest bit of smoke. But we knew we weren't burning it. Like, we knew that... I mean, you could see the whole fucking house from the middle of from standing in the middle of it. We could tell nothing was on fire. So then we'd, fan it. But I do also understand, like, if you don't... Like, if the house is big enough and you don't know for sure, get out.
Yeah. But, like, also, it comes into that weird category of, like, not embarrassment, but, like, stress. Like, if someone burns toast or something and you're like, oh, shit, the house is on fire, and you run out and you're like, oh, and the alarm's just still going. Your neighbors are hearing. And, like, it's the precautions, and that's why it's a thing. But then someone calls a fire... I was about to say the fire ambulance.
Something calls the fire ambulance.
The fire truck. And then the fire people come. And then do you get fined for that? For like a fake call? If the smoke alarm did go off though, and you didn't call?
I think you would.
We'd have to look it up. I reckon they'd probably be lenient on it if the fire alarm was going off and somebody else made that phone call. They might find the person that made the phone call, but at the end of the day, a fire alarm was going off.
But
that's true. So where's the line of, like, right to wrong?
Well, when a fire engine comes out to you, I think they would still
someone gets charged.
Because when an ambulance goes out to you, you get charged for that call out.
I remember the theatre when they were having their problems with the alarm system. The fireys had to come out every time to turn it off, and it was constant. And I'm pretty sure they were billing council for it because it was council's fault for fucking up the fire alarm system.
So I think someone would get charged.
Damn, that's crazy.
Imagine there is a house, because I've never had a fire like firefighters come out, but I have had ambulance come out. And it's not fucking cheap.
No.
Like, imagine, like, say you have a family member left in the fire. You got to deal with that, and then you also got to deal with a bill.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah. That's crazy. I think it's... Look, obviously, people need to get paid for the services and jobs they're doing, but, 100%. Like, I'm just curious to see the intersection of... do and don't, right and wrong, you know?
Well, the issue is here too, in our town, because it is technically a small town. I think, I could be wrong, but the firefighters here are all volunteer.
That's true too.
So I'm not sure if, like, there is no charge because it is a volunteer service, but even volunteer services, you still got to pay, like, admin fees and shit.
Fucking admin. Admin of it all.
So I don't know. It'd be good to look into it and come back next episode with a couple answers.
Maybe we should get a fiery on and interview him.
We have a producer that should look it up.
Yeah, producer.
I mean, producer could look it up. Where is producers?
Okay. We'll look it up. We'll look it up for next episode.
Yeah, cool. We'll catch a fiery.
I think it would be fucked up.
Fiery like the producer.
I think it would be fucked up if it was an actual fire and you got charged. I think that's fucked. Like, if it's a false alarm,
your house burns down and you lose grandma.
I don't think they'd be able to charge you for that. Maybe insurances cover that. Maybe
I guess that's what insurance is for.
A government thing.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like someone would probably, I don't know. Yeah, if someone's left in the house, like, what happens? Like, it'd be fucked up if your grandma dies in a fire. Like, and then they still bill you. I
highly doubt they'd bill you if your house was actually on fire.
That's true.
That's fucked up. Like, that's the whole reason. If they come out and there's nothing for them to do, I get why they'd charge you, because why the fuck would you do that?
It's true.
But if they come out and there's an actual emergency,
But it's like Lucy said, like if a neighbour calls or
Yeah.
like someone else calls and you don't, before you say, oh, it's nothing, it's just my toast got burnt.
I think the neighbour should be charged.
Well, look at what you've done, Ryden. Good job.
That's a good writing.
I like it.
That's the best one so far.
And the beeping smoke alarm really fucking...
Oh, I hate that sound.
Beep.
It drives me nuts.
That's wild.
It's better than a faulty one though that does go off.
That's true. That's very true.
At least it lets you know.
All right, let's turn the page. Let's go to your word of the week. All right, Nery. How are you feeling about the words of the weeks? Words of the week. You're learning slowly, but you're learning. This week's word is doll or dolls.
Doll like D-O-L-L or D-U-L-L?
D-O-L-L. D-O-L-L.
Can I get in a sentence? No.
You can't read the doll.
Oh, no, that's not what I thought at all. I said it was going to be like someone who's fake, like a lot of surgery, a lot of like facelifts.
No, look, sometimes maybe. So, from what I understand of the word, is it's always been a term that's been used mostly for very feminine women or trans women. And it's just like a class of feminization. So, like, that is a doll. You can't say there's a hip out of place or you can't read the doll.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No. Is it kind of like...
It's like it's perfection. It's a doll.
It's like the Miss Universe of it all.
Yeah, the Miss Universe of it all. That's very much it.
Or whatever the fuck.
This is like I said, this is a newer word that's come onto my radar. So I kind of wanted to like get ahead and just knock it off.
Okay.
But yes, a lot of trans women use it, and a lot of just feminine people use it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I get it. Yeah.
Well,
it's someone who's very feminine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like perfection.
Like kind of like a Barbie version of it.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't read the dolls.
Because they're so like,
Yeah.
they look, like you look at them and they look.
And in like California, there's like the Valley of the Dolls because that's like the plastic surgery district.
okay.
They're all like
Like the Silicon Valley type stuff.
Yeah, very perfection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I love that for them. Imagine.
Have you met anyone like that?
I've met a few.
Yeah.
A few people. I was friends with someone way back. And that's all that came out of their mouth was, I'm a living doll. And they were.
Really?
They were the tallest, most perfectly proportioned person I've ever seen.
Was it surgery based or was it just they knew how to work their style?
50-50.
Okay.
Like, they're like, yeah, this could be. And they plump some things and remove some things.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, that's like
Fair.
perfection.
Yeah.
And look, everyone's journey is different. And
That's
I love
true.
that for them.
Mm.
Yeah. That is our word of the week. Dolls.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, and that does bring us to the end of the episode.
Sure does.
It does.
Another one in the can.
Another one in the can.
I think our next episode is 25.
That's crazy. It's too many.
Yeah. I don't know, this pod, like, I was he's a podcast and like, we're up to episode 200 and something. I was like, fuck
Yeah.
me.
We're going to blink and then be like, this is episode 333.
Yeah. I think we quit when we get to episode 666.
That's a fun idea. And be like, boom. And it just ends with like fire crackling. That's the whole episode. It's just
Yeah,
fire
just fire
crackling. It's the little intro with the producer and her plates. And bam.
She's got to stop dropping those plates.
She does.
We're running out of plates.
You gotta stop.
Buy paper plates.
No, it doesn't make a good intro. Could you imagine?
Paper plates. Cool. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for signing in with us.
And
It's been me, Nery, and my co-host, Lucy-Furr. It's me, Lucy-Furr, coming to you from Dumb Bitch HQ. Just wanting to remind you to please like, subscribe, follow, and engage with our social medias. Tell us what you want, tell us what you don't want. Help us help you enjoy your listening experience. Thank you.